boys and girls. This week we learned about how to put objects on a table to create a still life. And so let's review what we learned. We learned that artists create artwork that is called a still life. That means objects that are still, they are not moving. Usually it's a painting or drawing of an arrangement of objects, usually including fruits, flowers, and other things. Can you tell me what is in front? The flowers, are they in front of the cake or behind the cake? You're right, they're behind the cake. How about here? Are the flowers in front of the teapot or behind the teapot? You're right, they're in front. Today we're going to practice drawing objects in front of each other or overlapping. And we're going to learn what a still life is. So if we draw the apple in front of the cup, part of the cup disappears. If we draw the cup in front of the apple, then the part of the apple disappears. But one thing we want to make sure of is that our objects are not floating in the air, that they are actually on the table. Does this look right? No. Objects that are closer to us are lower on the paper. Objects that are further away are higher on the paper. And you can see the table actually goes in the middle of the apple, the object furthest away. So let's draw and fill in color a still life. Okay, we talked about still lifes, objects that are still. Remember, if we're drawing objects that are round and on a table, it's actually an oval. We're going to overlap shapes, putting our object that is in front closer to the bottom of the paper. Remember, we use a curved line to close that object. Then if we have an object behind, it's a little higher on the paper. And it goes behind or overlaps behind the object in front. Make sure you add all the details to your object shapes. Then we need to put our objects on a table. So remember, we don't put our table down here. That would mean one of our objects is floating. Find the object closest to the top of the paper and draw a horizontal line jumping over your objects and continue to the edge of the paper. And then, of course, color in your objects. You can vary the pressure. That means pressing hard near the edges, light in the middle to show that it's 3D. I can also overlap colors. So I could put a little yellow on top to give an even nicer effect to my apple. Since apples are not all the way green, they have a little bit of yellow in them. Pressing lighter and harder. Fill in your whole entire picture. You can even add more shapes, and I would love to see that. When you're done, make sure you share your still life on the Padlet. I'm excited to see what you create. Okay, boys and girls,
Great job. So today I want you to create your very own still life. Use objects from your house. Color it with any coloring tools you have. Make sure you overlap or put over top objects that are in front of each other. I can't wait to see what you create. Go ahead and use Padlet to share.